Good evening, wrestling fans. It's Monday night. You know what that means. It's AIWF Ringside Wrestling. Hi, I am Mad Matt Carter. Joining me, driving, looks like, or at least sitting in the car, is referee Tim Stone. The Hillbilly referee is with us. And coming on board pretty quick here is Rick Diesel. Good evening, gentlemen. How are you tonight? You're muted, Rick Diesel.
Just fine.
Thank you, Tim Stone. Good to have you with us. Rick Diesel, there you go.
That's better.
There you go. Why all of a sudden when you flip that bird, for those of them listening on podcast, that your sound starts working all of a sudden?
Sometimes you just got to have the issues with them, Matt.
I hear you. Well,
got to deal with it, man. God bless. My computer screen's too big. I didn't know that. God dang. I get ugly in my old age. It's all right, though.
Well, maybe I know a good dentist down here if you want to come see him.
Which one you talking about?
Right here.
No, it's been there forever, man. That's my Ric Flair tooth.
It's a Ric Flair tooth. How's that? Yeah. What do you mean by Ric Flair tooth?
He's got one he didn't fix.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, years and years of getting punched in the mouth. I guess it's just at some point you just like the dentist bills aren't worth it anymore, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So update us. How is the phone line situation looking this week?
They are working. I mean, I tested it. It's working, so we should be good. I'm also monitoring the Facebook page. If anybody has any comments or questions, we'll address them. That seemed to have worked out well last week.
Yeah.
So
got us.
I think we're going to do it. We're going to start doing that from now.
Cool. Well, I hope it continues to work out, guys. You should be able to see the slideshow now. And of course, we are here at the AIWF. A reminder, as always, we're putting a headlock on high advertising prices. For $10 a month, you can get a 30-second to 1-minute read, which I will demonstrate 2 or 3 times during the next hour. If you want us to come do a video commercial similar to that at King's Hot Dogs, we can definitely do that for you for $30 a month, or you can do it by the week, but it's definitely more affordable. We're putting the headlock on high advertising prices, and with that, you get mentions on this program on our Facebook live feed. Of course, the show goes up on YouTube later tonight, as well as anywhere you find your favorite podcasts. All of them are listed there, and of course, some of these episodes, I understand Rick Diesel, Kevin Phoenix says he's going to put on the Roku channel at some point, and he's added some good content this week as well.
Yes. Hey, you know what I've noticed? Yeah. God bless. Yeah, he's on top of things here lately. He's taken that Roku channel to a whole new level, and we're glad to see it. So, and the good thing about our Roku channel is we're not riding on the back of another channel. We have our own, and we actually, from what I understand, have one of the affiliates that's got some stuff on there now as well.
Yes, sir. I saw that. They do EPW wrestling, I believe is what that was called. So grateful for that and things going on now. Rick Diesel at the top of the program. Let's go ahead and touch on it now. Oh, well, first off, while we're talking about advertising, Tim Stone, have you got any any word on that lead you was following up for me in Galax? Let me just put you to the test right here in
on spot, Matt.
I'm still waiting on them to get back in contact with me. I haven't run into them yet.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe a follow-up phone call. I don't know. But anyway, so but the one I'm chasing in Mount Airy ain't heard from either. So anyway, so Rick Diesel usually reached out to me before we went on the air about something that happened back in one of our old home bases of Martinsville in Henry County, Virginia. And I know we do have some people from up there that watch us. We see them in the chat every week, regarding an unfortunate incident with a former AIWF superstar. I don't know what you really had in mind, so I'm just going to kind of pitch the ball to you, and I'll follow your lead.
I think we just need to address the elephant in the room about it. I think we just need to touch on it, Matt. We just need to, let's don't bury it. Let's don't try to hide it. Let's just talk about it.
All right. Well, all right. So folks, for those of you who don't know, there's a former AIWF superstar in Martinsville right now. I actually went to school with him. His name is Mike Flippin. He was involved in some dealings last weekend, where, according to Star News, and the latest I heard was on Saturday. I hadn't had time to tune in today to find out any more information, but he was involved in a shooting. Now, what happened was it was two shootings that were related to one another, where a 20-year-old got into a fight at a particular address with another individual, and then that shot him. And then we had then later, earlier in the morning, I'm getting some feedback from somewhere. We had another incident where there was another shooting at a house, and the 911 call, which was made by Flop, as we all call him, stated that this guy, the guy broke into his house and he tried to assault the female and they shot him. Come to find out during the investigation, that they actually let the guy, the 20-year-old that did the shooting at the other location, into the house. He got in an argument with a girl in the house, and that's when Flop allegedly took out a shotgun, as I understand, and killed the guy, the 20-year-old guy. And
now, keep in mind also, Matt, the guy that he shot, what was it, 2 days earlier, had shot somebody else.
No, it was the day before. I mean, it was actually
he was on the run.
Yeah, it actually, the first incident happened on Friday night, and as I understand, the second incident, the one that Flop was involved in, was about 3 o'clock on Saturday morning. So we're just talking about hours in between, really.
And we don't know the whole story.
No,
the investigation will, I'm hoping, bring things to light. We don't know how guilty or not guilty he is. He has been charged with second-degree murder.
Yeah, amongst other things.
I hate it. People's lives take turns for the worse. I mean, he was a good guy back in the 90s. I remember him well. He seemed real down to earth back then. I don't know what's happened in his life between then and now, but we can't ignore it.
No.
If we try to, people are going to put the pieces together, and it will, at some point come out that he was part of the AIWF at one time. So best thing we can do is get out ahead of it. I mean, I haven't seen him in 20 plus years, probably.
I hadn't either. I mean, honestly, the last time I saw him was at a show down in Elkin, I think around like 04, 05, maybe 06. He ran, for those of you older wrestling fans that have kept up with the AIWF, he was in a group with Azrael, former AIWF World Heavyweight Champion Azrael, and they wreaked quite a lot of destruction. Flop was definitely fearless. I remember seeing him going through a glass door down there one night. He was just absolutely fearless. So best thing I can tell you, Flop, is I can't speak for everybody else in this room, but I'm praying for you, buddy. And I hope things are not as they appear. Everything will come out in the wash in court, and we only can and wish Flop and his family the best. And of course, both victims, in both shootings, and their families, the best, and thoughts and prayers with them too.
Definitely.
Yep. So, all right.
And I'm sure Matt Carter, being the excellent journalist that he is, he'll stay on top of this story. And if he has any updates, he will, because stuff like this intrigues Matt. Always has. News stories, all this stuff's always intriguing him. And it's if it's something that has touched his life at one point in time, then he really gets involved in keeping up with it. I've noticed that.
Yeah, I have an obsessive personality when it comes to stuff like that. You can bet I'll follow up on it. I will probably be, for those of you that listen to the Star News, I'll probably be making a call into the show sometime this week to see if I can pry any information out of Charles and see what he knows. But I'm sure they'll report it. So, but funny, we're talking about Star News. They got a Roku channel now. And got
do they?
Stream it.
Charles always following us.
He is. Well, you know who gave him the idea? I did one night
Did
on
you?
the show. Yeah, I was like, "Hey, man, we got a Roku channel. Maybe you should try that to get your advertisers some extra mileage for their bucks."
What do they have on it? Just
Uh,
their new stuff,
yeah, it's kind of like
replays.
yeah, it's replays. It's like they'll run ads, and then Mark Childre will come on and do a couple of news stories, and then they'll run a couple more ads, and then a couple more news stories, and it's made for you. I think it's kind of geared for you to watch it about 15 or 20 minutes and then move on. But it's definitely cool for those of us who grew up in the Star News area and moved away. So
Well, maybe he could have some old reruns of AIWF talk show that he might have laying around, brush the dust off of him. If he may have burned all of them, probably know that.
No, they're probably upstairs near in the projection area because there's a whole wall of old Cable 6 videos up there. So I've seen it when I worked there. And I was like,
Matt, Jennifer Bracken. Say hey to Gerald Hicks, by the way.
Oh,
and
what's
Jennifer
up, Gerald?
Bracken? She's come in late, and
Okay.
she wanted to kind of get caught up on what we're talking about.
Okay, so we were talking about and by the way, guys, if you want to call in and talk to us, the number's on your screen. 336.
Yeah, I missed one call. I apologize. The ringer was turned off.
336-429-2338. 336-429-2338. It's let's see, it's 7:12 in the east, and on July 18th, if you're watching this live on Facebook, if you're watching us on YouTube or listening on podcast, try again next Monday night at 7:00. But anyway, you can give us a call there. But what we're talking about, Jennifer, is a former AIWF wrestler who went by the name of Flop. I cannot remember what his.
I think it was Rage.
Maybe it was Rage.
Was that it?
It may have been. It may have been. And I was,
we all knew him as Flop. I mean, it's just what everybody called him.
Yeah, I know. He told me one time when he was getting ready to go to the ring, he was like, "Please, Matt, whatever you do, don't introduce me as Flop." So,
He'll kill you.
Yeah. But anyway, we were talking about how he was mixed up with a shooting last weekend in Bassett. And we were just, it's all over Star News. And so
yeah, you can go to find Star News out of the Martinsville, Virginia area, and they're covering the story if you want to find out more about it than what we've said on here.
Yeah, and you can visit their streaming service either on Roku or at starnews.plus. That it's weird a URL, but starnews.plus. So don't use com or org, it's .plus. So anyway, let's keep it moving here. And of course, this segment is brought to you by our good friend referee Bill Pauley, who is sponsoring this company because he's disabled and was told his whole life he couldn't do things. And he still has his learning disabilities to this day. And his dream as a kid was to be in the wrestling business. And he said he's been in the wrestling business for 14 years. I've done everything in the wrestling business. Now I'm starting over as a referee to show my son that is disabled and others who are disabled, as well as they can live their dreams, whatever it may be. And that's from referee Bill Pauley. And of course, on the screen, we've got an address. Most of the traffic we get on this show is from North Carolina. So if you want to reach out about any services available to disabled people or want information to help someone that you know that may be disabled, you can reach out to the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services at www.ncdhhs.gov. That's www.ncdhhs.gov /assistance/disability-services for more information on that. And so, and again, we'd like to thank Bill Pauley for sponsoring Ringside Wrestling. All right, folks. Well, it's coming down to it this weekend, and that's not the best looking view of the poster, but the Dangerous Don Carson tournament is coming to a head this weekend, this Saturday night, July 23rd in Mount Airy. 4 teams are left: the Sioux Dudes with Attitudes, the Fighters Club, the Underground, and the team of Ryan Manis and Ty Tyson. Semifinals and finals coming up this weekend, Rick Diesel. I cannot wait. This is going to be awesome.
It's going to be, these are the top tag teams in the AIWF Mid-Atlantic right now. And you've got, see, a lot of people don't realize how much time Mickey Fulp and Joe Harrison have spent in the ring together. They've tagged in other places besides here. They are an established tag team in other companies. The Fighters Club, they're the tag team champions. They may have not have got them titles under the most honorable of means. But the fact that they're in the Fighter Club is a plus in their column. The fact that they have Jax and Clara and the dirty referee, might as well just say that, running around in their corner. I mean, that right there helps them right off the bat. Now the Underground, 20 plus years, probably 25 plus years of tag team experience. So honestly, the team that is probably the biggest underdog, believe it or not, in this tournament is Ryan Manis and Ty Tyson. They have the least experience tagging. Their styles are very similar, but they don't know each other the way the rest of the tag teams do. They don't have the help that the Fighters Club do. They don't have the I honestly believe the Underground could tag them in a match blindfolded and know where the other one was in the ring all the time. Mickey Fulton and Joe Harrison established tag team in other areas. So the one tag team out of this final four that probably has the least, in my opinion, chance of winning this is Ryan Manis and Ty Tyson.
Just simply because they're a new tag team.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's all because of their lack of tag team experience together, not as a whole, but together. A lot of people can have tag team experience, but when you're tagging with somebody new and you don't know, a tag team has to read each other's thoughts. They have to think alike. They have to act alike. They have to move alike. They have to work as one. And these guys hadn't got there yet, nowhere near. So if there's any team in this Final Four that has the least chance, I have to go ahead and say it's Ty Tyson and Ryan Manis.
All right. So that's a long shot, according to Rick Diesel. And I can't disagree with you, Rick Diesel, because one of the things that crossed my mind is not only what you were saying about inexperience as a tag team, but let's face it, until recently, Ty Tyson has made a lot of enemies in the AIWF locker room. Now, the Fighters Club attacking his daughter and everything, I think that may have swayed people's opinions toward him, but he made a lot of enemies. And it's so, when he's out there getting quadruple teamed by the Fighters Club, there's a reason that it takes several minutes before anybody comes to his aid besides Ryan Manis. Because
you have to keep in mind, for a long time, Ty Tyson was Commissioner Dave's golden child. He was his ticket.
Yeah.
And that's still, in a lot of people's memories, a lot of people's thoughts. Whenever you've seen one of them, you've seen the other one. They've certainly caused a lot of problems together over in the past here in the AIWF Mid-Atlantic. So I'm sure there's a lot of people don't know about it. And Ty Tyson, my God, he's flipped more times than a Mexican barbecue burger. You know what I'm saying? He's just flipped back and forth. He's like an Olympic gymnast. He's flip-flopped so much.
Wow.
From one side to the other. He's quite the fence crosser. So that was not another Mexican joke. Don't look at me like that. Anyway, what? Hey, you have a damn thing up, don't you? Disclaimer. But anyway,
no, I just marked the show explicit.
And there was a time when explicit meant language. Just bad language, not controversial.
Yeah.
But, hey, I am me.
Or borderline racist, but it is what it is.
I've been called racist so many times it ain't even funny. Even though I've been on several vacations with Kevin Phoenix.
Oh, I know. I've been called racist too before, and it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
But anyway, like what we're saying, Ty Tyson, yes, he's got a lot of enemies in AIW. He's got a lot, and he is not a lot of people trust him.
Yeah,
I'll just say it the way it is.
Well, now for those of you listening on podcast, I got a visual aid up on the slideshow here. So what we're doing is we're taking a look at the brackets. So on the left side of your screen, it's the I always mess this up. Dudes with attitudes against the underground. So here you go. This bracket has the experience. I call it the experience bracket, just because of what you were saying, Rick Diesel. You got the underground with over 20 years experience. Dudes with attitudes, been together for a long time. So that's your experience column. David Parrish and Carson Kane, I don't know how much they teamed up before they got together in the Fighters Club, but boy, they freaking gelled quick.
But it may not matter. I mean, their experience may not matter if Jack is anywhere near that ring. If Claire is anywhere near that ring.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask. Jack has been suspended, and we don't know for how long. I can only assume 30 days because it was mentioned that he's going to be in the war games that deal with the steel.
Right.
But I'd love to hear from Kevin Phoenix. Kevin Phoenix, if you're out there listening and you can dial into this show for just a few minutes, I'd like to get clarification on the suspension of Jack. Is it just 30 days? The suspension of the referee, Dylan, is that just for 30 days? And am I correct in assuming that the reason he was allowed to even partially officiate the dog collar match back on July 9th is because that match was unsanctioned? And I believe it is because we've seen that precedent before. Yeah. So, but
do you honestly think a suspension, if Jack wanted to come in that building, a suspension would stop him?
Well, if he's just suspended from competition, I know it's not going to stop it because there's nothing stopping him from coming with his team.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it's different than no, you're barred from AIWF. You can't even come in here if you buy a ticket. So, and the language wasn't that strong. Believe me, fans, I've been watching wrestling since 1986. You learn to look at the fine details of these things.
Yes.
And I think the suspension was done in such haste, honestly, by Kevin Phoenix, who clearly I don't think wanted to do it until he saw Casey Fox get pile driven. He was angry and he just was like, "You're suspended." And that was that. So,
right. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've been to Las Vegas with Kevin Phoenix. He'll leave a loophole all over the place.
Won't you get kicked out of a casino for doing that?
Let me tell you, I'm telling you, man, Kevin Phoenix, he don't mind leaving loopholes laying around. He don't even notice them half the time.
Oh, I need to do a quick shout out to an old friend of the show and former co-host, Joey Nuggs, who gifted me that AIWF flag that you see in the background right there. We're doing some upgrades to the PWD studio this week. And I got to thank my wife, Jinky, for the set, whatever. Yeah, Mr.
Permission.
Yeah, permission. And I can, and I've been doing wrestling since 1996. Can you tell? All this TV experience and all the technical terms. Oh, the flag's on. I think I see
that. Oh, look at there.
Asking you shall receive. Yes. So if you were listening on podcast, folks, my request has been granted. Commissioner Kevin Phoenix and Executive Vice President of the network has joined us. Kevin, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule, sir.
Hey, what's going on there, buddy? How you doing?
Good.
Kevin, you need to shave. You look like a power forward for the Lakers.
Oh man, I'm actually filming for Righteous Gemstones next week, and the beard is required, sir.
So you go, man.
Yes.
Good. I'm glad to see they're bringing you back.
I hope you get more than just a picture on the wall this time.
Yeah, you know, who knows what'll happen? I'm a busy man, so who knows? But whatever they need me for, the money's there. So I'm doing it.
That's awesome.
Tell them if they need an old white dude to do a nude scene, call me.
Of course. You will always be my first pick.
It's HBO, man. Anything can happen. That's for sure.
Yes.
It's always been my dream.
Yes. So I was watching, and you had questions about Jack, I believe. If that passed on, has that moved on from that yet, or did y'all get the answer?
No. We're waiting. We were hoping you would come in, but no. My questions are: is the suspension for Jack just 30 days because they talked about him being in the war games for Deal with the Steel, and if it is 30 days, that would run out right before Deal with the Steel. And if that's the case, is the suspension for referee Dylan also 30 days or is that permanent? All that happened so fast at the show there, back on July 9th. We really didn't get a chance to hash out the details. And referee Dylan came back to the ring and was involved in officiating the dog collar match. However, I know that was an unsanctioned match, so he could technically do that because there's been a precedent set. So I'm just looking for clarification. That's all.
Yes. All right. So first off, referee Dalen was in fact suspended.
Mm-hmm.
And they found the loophole apparently to come and referee the unsanctioned match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they definitely, I guess they one up me on that one. And then to clarify, Jack is suspended for the Don Carson Memorial Show, and that is all.
Okay.
Now, is that competition, or can he just walk in the building and just as a spectator, or is he barred from the building?
It was originally
loopholes. That's what got us in trouble in Vegas.
Yeah, that's right.
Damn loopholes.
Can't make those decisions quick. And see, that's why we're getting with this. If you're mad and you say you're suspended, these guys, man, I'm telling you, they'll figure out a way to wiggle around the rules.
Oh, I know. Definitely, everybody is definitely reinstated before Deal with Steel.
Okay, good.
That is 100%. No one has more than a 30-day suspension, if that was the case.
Okay.
I do know 100% guaranteed Jack will not step foot in that building at Don Carson, or he will face further suspension.
Oh, wow. Okay. But
that may change things, by prediction going in, about Ryan Manis and Ty Tyson being at a disadvantage, because I was putting the Jacks and Clara, and Ref Dalen, I was putting all that in the equation. Now things have changed. If what Kevin Phoenix is saying is true, then Ryan Mantis and his psychosis and Ty Tyson and his size may have a much better chance at advancing in that tournament over the tag team champions. Now, here's another question I have. If Ryan Mantis and Ty Tyson beat the tag team champions and go into the finals, does that make them a contender? A top contender, number one contender, whatever you want to call it, to the tag titles?
That is a Commissioner Dave question, and unfortunately, unfortunately, Commissioner Dave has been MIA for a while, which is also something that will have to get handled here in the next 30 days as well.
Well, Commissioner Dave had some big news that happened while he was on vacation this past week. So I ain't going to put it out there for everybody. If you know him, you know him. And, I don't know if he'd want me mentioning that on this show, but he had a big announcement that happened in his family this week. So he's either trying to recover from the shock or hide the dead body, one or the other.
Yes. Yeah. Right.
So let me say this, though. Here's a wild card that we could throw into this tournament still. Jack and Claire are clearly thick as thieves. There's a little more to that than partnership. I mean, come on. I mean, Jack won a match a couple of months ago, and Claire jumped in the mouth and almost jumped in the ring and almost tried to gnaw his face off. But so if Jack is not there, will Clara still be there? Because if she's still there, then you got problems on the outside of the ring. Because one thing Clara has proven since she's been here, I'm gonna say it Southern, she ain't afraid to fight no man. She'll punch a dude in the face as quick as she will another girl. I mean, she is fearless.
I feel like if Jack ain't there, Claire won't be there. Like I say, where he goes, she goes. Where she goes, he goes.
Mm-hmm.
It's a I watch your back, you watch mine thing at the least.
Yeah, they make a good team like that. Your comments are welcome. 336-429-2338. The number again, 336-429-2338. Rick Diesel, do we have anything in the comments? Any shout outs we need to do?
We have Billy saying hello to everyone. And Susan seems to think that Dave will override Kevin.
Oh, and I guess that could happen.
Can he override you, Kevin? That is an interesting, I didn't even think about that. Can he override you and give Jack passage back? He is the commissioner.
Now, that is a very good question. That is probably one of the best questions I've ever been asked. can Commissioner Dave override? Okay, yeah, let's throw it out there. Can Commissioner of the AIWF Mid-Atlantic override the executive vice president of the AIWF network worldwide?
I would think so, because you're a TV producer.
Right. And he's a wrestling commissioner.
Do you know who my right-hand man is? Do you know who my right-hand man is?
I ain't got a clue.
Minnie and her four sisters. I'm sorry,
Okay,
I couldn't resist.
Man. That was just, yeah, man. That's
Don't worry, I'll mark it explicit. They know this ain't for kids.
well. If you don't know who my right-hand man is, then you don't need to know. Understand, I cannot be overturned. I cannot be overruled. Only one man can do that. Only one man.
But he don't get involved in these in the Mid-Atlantic affairs. So
Kevin C's pretty confident.
I'm very confident. Very confident.
Okay. We'll see what happens come Saturday night. That's for sure. I'm ready for that. Interesting. All right. Hey, quick timeout. Let me tell you, let's pay a little bills here real quick. We'd like to thank Branch Management. They were our first sponsor here on AIWF Ringside Wrestling. They're a tree service and landscaping company that operates in the Mount Airy, Surrey County area of North Carolina. They can help you with branches that are maybe too close to structures, normal pruning, or complete tree removal. They offer very competitive rates and free estimates and are here to serve you. As a matter of fact, if you refer a friend to the tree service, you could be eligible for a $100 bonus. So for the tree service, you want to call 336-325-5300. Again, that's for the tree service, 336-325-5300 for more information or to set up an appointment. Now, if you would like general landscaping, gutter cleaning, or pressure washing, they also offer those services as well. And for those of you watching, you see it on your screen there. Number to call for the landscaping, gutter cleaning, and pressure washing is 336-648-2487. Again, that's 336-648-2487 for Branch Management. And we'd like to thank them so much for their support. We really, really appreciate it.
They will scape your land and wash your pressure.
Yes, and clean our gutters. Speaking of Smiling Diamond Dave, I just got a notification that he has entered the waiting room. And yes, and here he comes. So Commissioner Dave, good evening and welcome to the program, sir. How are you tonight?
I'm doing great, Matt. How about yourself?
I am just fine as frog hair. We've got quite the legal debate going on who has what kind of authority around here. I don't know how much of this. I imagine you've heard all of it because you jumped in right after we got through talking about it. So,
no, I didn't hear. I just heard Kevin Phoenix say he was confident, and that's when I was in the process of signing on. So,
well, our question was, Rick Diesel and I were asking Kevin if he suspended Jack, until before deal with the steel, as well as referee Dallin. Is that the way I say it, Dallin? Because I've been saying Dylan. So, and I thought I heard you say Dallin, Kevin. So.
Dylan.
Okay.
Dylan. Like Dayland.
Oh, like Dylan. Okay.
I don't know anymore.
Anyway, all right. So they've been suspended until before deal with the steel. So our question was, could Commissioner Dave come in Saturday night and say, oh no, it's okay for Jack to be here. This is a dangerous Don Carson Memorial Tournament. I'm running shit. It doesn't matter what Kevin Phoenix says. I'm suspending him, unsuspending him. Kevin Phoenix says no. What do you say, Commissioner Dave?
well, for once, I made my feelings clear what happened, that I didn't condone it. And I also said I wouldn't tolerate things like that. And for once, I've got to agree with Kevin Phoenix. He got suspended, so, that's something that he's going to have to deal with for his consequences. I told him that, that they would be, so For once, as bad as I hate to admit it, you know, that will be one decision that, as bad as I'd like to override it, I won't.
See what happens, Jack, when you go to try to take somebody's cornbread, there's consequences and repercussions. So it'll be no getting out of the suspension for Jack. It does not sound like until we get closer to deal with the steel. Hey, this is not the most up-to-date version of the Top Gun tournament, but we can go ahead and tell you that Alex Bryant and Playa advanced to the finals of the big tournament that when it was announced, I thought there was no way 4 promotions could work together and put on a tournament of this size. But here we are. Deal with the steel on August 20th. Alex Bryant against Playa for what may be the first annual Top Gun Tournament Championship. I'll throw it around the room, gentlemen. What do you think about this? This has been something, hasn't it?
I'm tickled death with it. I am so happy with this tournament, and I hope it goes really well at Deal to Steel, and I hope next year it maybe we can even make it bigger, because this is unprecedented. That's what the AIWF's been doing for 30 years, is just stuff nobody else can pull off. But speaking of Deal with the Steel, I just want everybody to know that the tickets, the advanced tickets, go on sale this Friday at midnight. Is that right, Kevin?
Yes, it's Friday.
And for the first time ever, you can actually buy advanced tickets to for the bleachers. I mean, you know, we've never done that before.
Wow.
But we're doing it for this show because the doors will open early for people with advanced tickets. Once them doors open, and for anything, I mean, you know, because correct me if I'm wrong, Kevin, that ticket gets you to Hall of Fame as well, right?
Yes, the ticket gets you to Hall of Fame. It also gets you to the kickball, weather permitting. It allows you to play on the kickball game.
Right.
Yeah. So
Dave's smoking pot. Dave, put the freaking doobie out, man.
He might be in big trouble depending on what state
I don't know.
he's
It
in.
looked like Cheech and Chong in there with all that smoke floating around.
So
And Kevin's been dancing all night. But anyway, the thing about it is, you get those advanced tickets. I'd seen you dancing all over the room. He's like Dancing with the Stars or Ballroom.
yeah,
I
I am currently editing this week's episode of AIWF Mid-Atlantic Live. All right, I'm trying to multitask here, okay? Okay.
Go for it, man. But anyway, those
Brown-
advanced tickets, what they're going to do this year is they're going to open the doors to the building early.
Mhm.
And if you have an advanced ticket, if you've already got a ticket you bought online, you will be able to come in early to get your seat in the bleachers. You know, that way you pick wherever you want. First come, first serve if you have that advanced ticket. And then people who are just waiting at the door will be let in later.
Yep.
So that's one good thing about those tickets. It will get you in the door early for the bleachers. Now, the floor seats are reserved. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's first come, first serve. We'll just go down the line. And they'll also be let in early.
But you need to go to, it's on our Facebook page, on the Mid-Atlantic Facebook page, brownpapertickets.com. And then there's a number behind that, but I do not have it in front of me, but that's the website you want to go to. Can you go to brownpapertickets.com and just search the event? Like
That,
type in
or
Deal with the Steel?
The event, yeah, you should be able to do it at there too, but the event is also on the Mid-Atlantic page, and the ticket links are on the event page. And as it gets closer to Friday, we'll be posting them more social media wide.
Yeah, absolutely. Unprecedented, exciting times coming down for Deal with the Steel on August 20th. But we got to settle the Carson tournament first thing this Saturday. Of course,
Yeah. What do you say?
I don't know. What'd you say, Tim? I'm sorry.
I got a question on that about advanced tickets up for Deal with the Steel.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Where people buy them from my wife up here in Virginia, will that still can't include that for them, or?
They have to pay for them. They can't pay for them at the door.
Okay, the ones that gives her the money for them, that will include them. They can get in early. That gives her money, not the ones that pays at
Yes,
the door.
tell her to contact us before she does anything, because they're more expensive to get that privilege. You paid for your privilege. That's
I'll
what you need
tell,
to
I'll
tell
tell her to contact you before then.
you do that.
We're also on TikTok. Yeah. All right. TikTok, Instagram, 336-429-2338.
I missed that one call at the beginning of the show. Nobody's called back. But
Yeah,
that's okay. That's okay. They don't have to because we got people in the message board, in the comments on the show, over at AIWF Mid-Atlantic on Facebook. Susan is making a reference to Kevin and his right hand, and Vicky Richmond says hello.
Hello, Vicky.
Kevin Phoenix is probably dancing to the Golden Girls, so it's hard telling.
Ain't no shame in that. I danced to the Golden Girls. What you talking about?
At what point did everybody start treating Kevin Phoenix like a joke and a punchline? Huh?
When he stops wrestling guys, he outweighs by 140 pounds.
You know what? That brings me up to deal with the steel. That brings me up. Once I beat Caden Pierre, please, I hope everybody understands that I am real. I'm serious. I'm the man.
Okay.
When I'm not
I
around.
can say, Kevin, from 30 plus years of experience, they treat you that way because they notice you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, that's why. It's because they notice you. They remember you and they know you. And that they never did. You know what I'm saying?
I get you. I understand.
Hey,
It comes with the territory.
before I returned in 2014, my wife and I had been watching the Mid-Atlantic show on YouTube as it was airing weekly at that time. And I told her before we even came back, I was like, man, that motherfucker right there, Kevin Phoenix, is a star, and I mean, I saw that way before. So yeah, I mean, I give you a hard time, but credit where it's due, I mean, come on, man. You're getting booked for a second season on the Righteous Gemstones. I mean, that's worth something.
Now, I totally understand the whole outweighed the guy by 140 pounds. I handpicked that guy. So I understand. I wanted the easy night. So let's clarify.
Nothing wrong with that. It was hot that night. So
totally understood. It was extremely hot that night. Totally understood. And I was going to handpick Mayhem and go to deal with the steel. But I guess I got hoodwinked, bamboozled.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. You did. Caden pulled a fast one, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But Caden Pierre is known for his quickness. So
oh really now? Is that the case, Matt? Is that how well you know him?
and his great leaping ability.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's got an incredible vertical leap. All right, it's a wonder he didn't.
I've got to move on because I am biting my tongue and I cannot.
I was trying to reach it out. Like, come on, brother.
I'm putting the ball on the tee for you.
I feel like a big old bass. Y'all just keep throwing the bait out there trying to get me to take it.
We had Bobby in the hot seat last time. We can put you in the hot seat this time, Matt.
Bobby got real. Don't even come on here no more.
Oh, I ain't scared. Hey, Kevin.
Bastard.
I'm not afraid. I've been around a long time. If y'all want to get weird, we can do it. I mean,
let's get weird. Let's get weird. You want?
We've been there, ain't we, Matt?
What, huh?
Over the years, we've been weird in this company, man.
That's right.
We've done things that other promoters were just like, what?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
So instead,
of course, they're all gone.
Yeah, they're all out of business. And instead of doing something that might get us kicked off of YouTube, how about we play our game that we play here on sometimes on the show that I call Put It Over or DQ. And I'm thinking about renaming it. I was thinking about calling it Put It Over or Do the Job, but I thought that might be a little too inside baseball. But anyway, all right. So I'll read a statement and then we'll go around the room. And if you agree with it, you say put it over, and then you explain the reason why you agree with the statement. And then if you do not agree with the statement, you say DQ or disqualified, and then explain your reason. All right, you ready?
All right.
All right, Rick Diesel, I'll be coming to you with this first one, and then we'll just go down the line. All right. Put it over a DQ. Austin Theory is the next John Cena. Rick Diesel.
DQ.
Oh, okay. What makes you say that?
He won't stay there long enough to make it to that status.
Really? Okay. All right.
He won't. He's got too much. He's got too much of his own mind about him.
Mm-hmm.
John Cena got where he was because he was a team player. He done what he was told. He never rocked the boat, and they made him what he is. He was a company man. Austin Theory's he's been around too much. John Cena comes straight from OVW to WWE. He's worked in 2 companies, best I know of, his whole life.
Yeah,
so he's a company man. Austin Theory's been around the block more times than one, and he knows what else is out there. And if he sees something that he don't like, he will buck on it. And no, he will never stay there long enough to become the next John Cena. There'll never be another John Cena.
All right. Kevin Phoenix, I pose it to you. Austin Theory is the next John Cena. Put it over or DQ?
All right, I'm gonna call a count out because I'm in the middle. I can totally see both ends. I definitely agree with the statement saying yes, he could definitely be the next John Cena. On the other end, if he stays with the company, he would have to stay with the company if it happened, and I don't see that happening. Or I just I don't see that happening.
Well, I think Vince loves him. I mean, I can hear Vince telling
But
somebody backstage.
Vince ain't around no more, bub. Vince ain't in charge no more.
Shit. I don't care what they say. I still think Vince is in charge. I can hear him right now. That Theory, he reminds me of John Cena a few years ago. All right, Smiling Diamond Dave. Same statement to you. Put it over a DQ. Austin Theory is the next John Cena.
DQ.
All right. Why?
And I've got to agree partly with Rick Diesel. I don't believe he's going to be there long enough. And John Cena was a company man. And Theory, he was a company man long enough to get him where he's at now.
Mm-hmm.
And now you just get the vibration. He's going to do things his way. And like Rick Diesel said, he's going to buck the system. And so he was company man long enough to Vince to get to the status he is now.
All right. Speaking of Vince, let's do this one. And Kevin Phoenix, I was going to start with you, but I'm going to start with you, Smiling Diamond Dave, because I kind of know what Kevin Phoenix's thoughts on this, but I'm coming to you second, Kevin. So get ready. Put it over a DQ. Vince McMahon ain't going anywhere, even with these scandals. Smiling Diamond Dave, put it over a DQ.
Put it over.
Why?
I just don't think that with Vince's power and things, it's he's not going nowhere. He's I'm like you, Matt. They can say what they want to, but I believe Vince is still running things behind the scenes, and he ain't going nowhere.
All right. And here's a bonus one. John Laurinaitis better pack his bags. Put it over a DQ.
Put it over because I believe Pritchard and them will keep kicking him right on out the door. I believe he's overstayed his stay, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, I would say so. All right, Kevin Phoenix, same statement to you. Put it over or DQ. Vince McMahon ain't going anywhere, even with the scandals.
DQ. Okay, so we got to think about it from a business standpoint, okay? And you got to think about all the sponsors and all the different companies that are entangled with the WWE right now. You have the bully campaigns, you have the no hate campaigns, all this other stuff. You cannot have a man like that in charge and expect to keep those sponsors.
I agree with you on that note, but here's the thing. he's got 80% of the control, the voting shares of stock belong to him and his family. So essentially he would have to vote himself out to be gone, is my understanding. So,
and you don't see that, you don't see him doing that to save some money. You don't see him doing that to keep, to have some money for the rest of his little bit, but for the rest of his life that he has left.
Vince will probably live to be 110, but
and don't you think he wants money for that?
Yeah, I don't think his ego would let him do it. Honestly, if he had to throw Triple H under the bus, or Stephanie or Shane or Linda, like he hadn't already done that allegedly.
I think the time for throwing under the bus would have been done already.
Yeah, but I don't know if he'll throw himself under the bus. All right, how about John Laurinaitis? Put it over a DQ. John Laurinaitis better pack his bags.
I can give a flying fuck, to be honest with you.
Okay, Rick Diesel coming to you. Same one. Put it over a DQ. Vince McMahon ain't going anywhere, even with these scandals.
Put it over. And I'll tell you why. And I'll tell you why with one simple sentence.
Okay.
What my daddy wants, my daddy gets. You got a problem with that? There's the door. And she's running the damn thing.
Right. Talking about Stephanie. Okay. All right. How about the other part of that one? John Laurinaitis better pack his bags.
Yeah, he might as well go on. He was, his brother's gone, so there's no legacy to hang on to.
You don't think they'll put the dynamic dudes in the Hall of Fame one day?
Well, they might do that, but that ain't got a thing to do with him running the back. I think he's outdated. I think his ideas are outdated. And I think it's time for him to go just to get some fresh ideas in there. And I think that's the excuse they'll use to get him out.
Gotcha. All right. Got a couple of more of these I want to do before we get out of here tonight, but I do need to pay some bills real quick. T's Treats. It's a food truck service that operates out of Mount Airy, North Carolina, that is available in most parts of the state and can be at multiple locations at the same time. They have a full menu, including hot dogs, hamburgers, chicken, milkshakes, ice cream, and many varieties of funnel cakes, and now feature mini donuts. When it comes to delicious quality as well as reasonable prices, you cannot beat T's Treats. You can find more information about T's Treats at facebook.com/T's Treats, or you can give them a call at 336-755-8204. That's 336-755-8204. Some of the best hot dog chili I've ever had in my entire life. I know I'm pretty fat.
I tell you, Matt, over in the on the Facebook comments, it seems to be the consensus that there are no company men anymore. We are on a little lag time over there, so they get a delay, so they're answering that. They're kind of doing the Austin Theory thing now, and they're talking about how Vince might just never die, basically. So
he'll die one day. But all right, so let's do this one. I saw some highlights from some indie promotions flying around the internet this weekend. All right, here we go. I'll start with you, Kevin Phoenix, this time. We'll put it over or DQ. Intergender matches are stupid. Put it over or DQ.
Are you trying to get me canceled, motherfucker? God, no. I can't answer a question like that, Matt.
I will.
Okay, all right. So I'm old school. Psychology is number one to me. So intergender matches can make sense if done right. Example, you cannot have a 5-way match with 4 dudes and 1 female.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that. That just doesn't make sense. But realistically, I feel like I could see Clara whooping Mayhem's ass in a match. Hell yes. I can see Clara choking out Mayhem. You see what I'm saying? Like, I can see that. That could happen. But, closest to an intergender match, I'm going to go with maybe a mixed tag.
Right. And I'm not even crazy about those anymore, because used to be when you said mixed tag, that was guys in the ring at the same time.
And the girls, and then, yes, exactly.
But I've seen them labeled, even we had one at at the Darlings of the Ring last year. They called it a mixed tag team match, but the guys and the girls were in there fighting each other. So that, to me, that's an intergender match.
Yes.
So, mixed tag, I got no problem with. And yes, Clara could beat up most of the guys in the audience and several in the locker room, but Clara is an exception to the rule. I'm talking about, to me, there's something wrong. If you put a 125-pound girl in the ring with a 300-pound guy and she's knocking him all over ringside, that's just, to me, you're just saying, hey, everybody, look, wrestling's bullshit. Just my opinion. Yeah. We'll throw it to you, Rick Diesel. Intergender, put it over.
I want to hear this.
DQ. Intergender matches are stupid.
Hagen,
there's another exception to the rule. Yeah, but Pagan almost.
How many dudes? Now, here's the thing.
Pagan didn't win a lot of those matches. She took a lot of punishment.
God dang it, the beatings she used to take and get right up and get right back in her damn face. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
I know, that's why.
God bless you, hit her with a car, and she would take the car keys away from you and hit you with the car.
Yeah, she was.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, but that it's the time, it's the era. See, back then, like I used to watch her and Chains, and they beat the hell out of each other.
Yeah.
I mean, they'd come back to the dressing room, black eyes, but not now. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, now you got to check that chick, or she might be a pain in your ass, literally.
Yeah.
So, but now they don't try to be believable. So yes, depending on the era, when they used to hit Pagan in the head with a chair, like they hit any man out there, it was believable.
Oh yeah.
But now they'll take 100-pound girl and she'll go in and flip flop and flip and goddamn and knock a 250-pound man on his ass. Yeah. Why? Because they're more worried about her being upset after the match because they made her look bad. They don't give two craps about reality anymore. Yeah. So to answer your question, I'm like Kevin, I'm down the middle. 20 years ago, intergender matches, okay. Now they're bullshit.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Because there's a reason you don't see in the UFC, men versus women, know, because I mean, I'm just saying. All right. Smiling Diamond Dave, I'll throw it to you. Put it over or DQ. Intergender matches are stupid.
I've got to agree with Kevin and Rick Diesel. And, back in the day, it was acceptable because, like Rick Diesel said, it was believable. Nowadays, it's a mockery, if you ask me. Mm-hmm. I don't, like you're saying, you take 125-pound girl, you put them in there against somebody like Matt Anderson. Let's even go back to like Big Day Sebastian Kane, and they're whooping their tails all over the ring and this and that. It's just not happening in today's world.
Jesus talking?
No, it's Kevin Phoenix.
Sorry, my bad. Hold on. Matt Carter talking. My bad.
That happened to me a couple weeks ago, man. And I was like, what?
My bad.
Oh, hey, Matt. Hey, Kevin, explain to Don Merriman why the other company is on the AIWF. He's explained to him that they are an affiliate.
Yes, EPW out of Mississippi is an affiliate. They've had the AIWF World Title defended there. The logo is put on their flyers. The AIWF logo is actually put on their flyers. They are an official affiliate. That's what we want. We want affiliates on the network. So if there's an affiliate that can hear my voice right now, please contact me. Contact the AIWF network page. We will get you on the network because this is This AIWF is a family. We've been here for over, what, 30 years, sir? 30 years. 30 years. There's a reason we've been here for 30 years. Because we
yes,
worked
Don,
together.
they are part of the AIWF. They're okay.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
He's
Yes,
old school, bro. He's old
I went
school.
winded on that promo. My bad.
It's all right.
But,
This show ain't nothing but an hour of wind. So, anytime you want to come on.
And me and Dave is old, so there's wind you don't even know about.
That's right.
Lots of wind. I cannot eat that beef jerky. It gives me the wind something terrible. All right, now we're good.
Ricky Morton on the screen. He told me one time, never trust a fart.
And he'd be right. Well, or never trust Jimmy Valiant. But
Hell to the no. That's right.
I'm not going to tell that story here. I might someday, but not tonight. But anyway, guys, final thoughts before we wrap things up for tonight. It's been a very interesting show. Of course, we're looking at this poster for those of you watching video of Deal with the Steel. The Mid-Atlantic Outlaws is going to take on the Rock and Roll Express. Rock and Roll's last time in Mount Airy as a team. That comes up on August 20th, but we got action for them this Saturday night, July 23rd. The semifinals and finals of the Carson tournament take place, and lots more action coming your way this Saturday night, gentlemen.
Yes. Wait, were we supposed to be talking to you just now?
Go, man.
Yeah, when I stop talking, go.
Yeah, I want to rant for 30 seconds, so I'm going to go last.
All right, go ahead. All right, Kevin Phoenix, go.
I don't know what we're doing. I was not paying attention. I am so
Final
sorry.
thoughts.
Oh, final thoughts.
Go home.
Go to Dave first.
Take it home, Kevin.
Go to Dave first. Take it home, Dave.
Well, I'm looking forward to the 23rd, to the Don Carson Memorial Tournament. That, as everybody knows, that holds a special place in my heart. There's been a lot of tough competition, a lot of good matches. So I'm looking forward to that. As far as Deal with the Steel, I believe the Rock and Roll Express is going to have their hands full with the Mid-Atlantic Outlaws. So I'm looking forward to them both.
All right, Kevin Phoenix, you're up.
All right. So this Saturday is going to be a huge show. One thing I know, I don't think anybody talked about it, the return of Justin Flash.
Oh, I forgot. Yes.
We went the whole show, didn't talk about it, but hey, Justin Flash returns this Saturday for one-on-one action. I signed this. I made this happen because I am the best AIWF network executive ever, hands down. But it's going to be a big, big event, and I'm excited to be there myself.
Yeah. And now look, folks, Justin Flash has been away from wrestling for several years, but he has not been away from sport. It's not like he's been sitting home on the couch. He's been playing softball damn near year round, playing these tournaments, going all over the place. So he is still a top-notch athlete. I think his team may have won a championship the other night. They were in the finals.
They got rained out and they got tied for the winner. They won the championship, but they got tied for it.
Oh, okay. So see, Justin Flash just went to another sport and started winning championships. He told me he was going to have to slightly adjust his training regimen to come back to wrestling. But if anybody can do it, this guy's a gym nut. He'll be fine. Look out for Justin Flash coming this Saturday night. Rick Diesel, you said you had a rant you wanted to say before we went?
I've done this rant before, and I want to do it one more time. And it's like Don Merriman said a while ago, it's about the network. It's AIWF. Well, AIWF is an affiliate program, and I know that you started out this show. I haven't been on as long as some of you have, but I know that we've gotten where we talk just about exclusively about the AIWF Mid-Atlantic, but the reason is because that's where our news is coming from. If you want us to talk about you or your promotion or your schedule, whatever, then get off your lazy ass and send us some information or call in the freaking thing or ask us for the link and we'll put you on the show. You know what I'm saying? We're just like Kevin Phoenix and Smiling Diamond Dave there. We'll put you on. You say, Ryan Mandis, we've had several wrestlers come on here and it's always benefited them. So I don't care if you're in England or Idaho. If you want to be on the show, let us know and we'll put you on the show. We're not exclusive to the Mid-Atlantic. That's just where all our information is coming from. So, put your thumb out your ass and help us build this show. We're
Yeah.
doing pretty good.
Yeah, you don't even have to come on for the whole hour. If you want to come on for 5 minutes and push your show and bossy your city, Louisiana, and jump off, man, that is perfectly okay. Just let us know and we'll send you the link.
Yes. Somebody brought up Ricky the Ring Rat, our new mascot, in the
Oh yeah. He's a
in the
big hit.
comments. Yes. That's
Yes.
gonna be another star, I'm telling you right now.
Ricky, the Mid-Atlantic Ring Rat. And kids, he always has free candy. So just
Yep.
be on the
And
lookout.
he'll
For,
take a picture with you.
yes, he will. So be on the lookout for Ricky, the Mid-Atlantic Ring Rat this weekend.
Hey, I don't see nobody else with mascots. We'll just do it first.
Yeah.
I'm other than the gobbledygook or whatever he was.
Yeah, well, we had the battle of the fast food guys a few years ago
Yes.
to deal with the still. We had Ronald McDonald, the Burger King against the King's hot dog. That was awesome match.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I remember that match.
Yeah, it was really good. I enjoyed that. All right. Well, I guess that's going to wrap it up for us. We know you want to, it's 6 minutes after the hour. We know you want to, well, some of you want to go watch Monday Night Raw. At least the first 20 minutes of it ought to be pretty good. And after
It'll
that,
be a promo.
yeah, well, I was going to say, after that, you can turn it off and just catch the highlights online.
We could probably move this show to 8:30 and have twice the viewers.
Yeah, after they get bored with Raw, join up with us. Okay. Well, I'm gonna leave Raw alone. I got a question I will ask you guys next week about all the content that wrestling companies are having to put out. But anyway, folks, so please join us this weekend in Mount Airy. It's July 23rd, this Saturday night at Veterans Park, as we have the semifinals and finals of the Dangerous Don Carson Memorial Tag Team Tournament. Former AIWF World Heavyweight Champion Justin Flash returns to action, plus so much more. Who knows what's going to happen? Will Jack maybe try to hide in the bushes outside Veterans Park and sneak back in? Who knows? We'll see. It's all coming to a head this Saturday night, the 23rd. And look, if you're not in the Mount Airy area, there's so many indie promotions.
Flashing gang signs, Kevin Phoenix.
He's flashing back to Smoky Mountain in 94, New Jack, Mustafa, and but anyway, that threw me off. So anyway, look, support indie wrestling in your area, wherever you're at. I'm sure there's an indie show within 40, 50 miles of wherever you're watching this program. So that's going to do it.
Now.
Yeah, he's getting bored. We need to let him go. He's tired.
Yeah.
He's going to
All
stop.
right, guys, we'll see you next week.
Yep. So for Rick Diesel, Kevin Phoenix, Smiling Diamond Dave, I am Mad Matt Carter. Oh, and referee Tim Stone, who jumped off of here. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week. And until then, so long for now.